Welcome to Dr. Dan's channel. Here we analyze where power and innovation are moving. Old centers still matter, New York in finance, San Francisco in tech. But new hubs are rising, Miami for capital flows, Austin for building. In this video, we show why these cities are early signals of a broader decentralization. History shows a pattern. Power rarely collapses, it relocates and multiplies. Old capitals aren't falling, new ones are rising. Care about money and tech? Subscribe and share. Let's begin. Most public discussions frame change as conflict, old versus new, decline versus rise, winners versus losers. But real global transitions do not work that way. They work through overlap, through redundancy, through parallel systems forming before the old ones fade. This is how London and New York coexisted. How manufacturing shifted from Europe to Asia without vanishing. How financial power spread without a single capital collapsing. Today we are seeing the rise of what can be called co-emerging global cities. Cities that do not replace established capitals overnight, but quietly build enough gravity to matter on their own terms. Two cities stand out in this moment: Miami and Austin. For much of its history, Miami was dismissed. It was seen as vibrant, beautiful, culturally rich, but not serious. A place to relax, not a place to build. That view no longer reflects reality. Over the past several years, Miami has experienced a fundamental shift. Not in image, but in function. It has become a magnet for capital. Hedge funds have arrived. Private equity firms have opened offices. Crypto companies have relocated. Family offices have followed. This movement is not driven by aesthetics, it is driven by incentives. The first is taxation. Florida has no state income tax. For high-earning professionals, investors, and founders, this is not a minor detail. It changes net returns, long-term planning, and personal mobility. The second is regulation. Compared to New York's increasingly complex regulatory environment, Miami offers faster approvals, fewer layers of bureaucracy, and a more cooperative posture toward business formation. The third is geography. Miami is not just an American city. It is a gateway. A bridge between North America and Latin America. Between traditional finance and emerging crypto markets. Between legacy wealth and newly created digital capital. This positioning gives Miami a unique advantage. It does not need to compete directly with Wall Street. It can complement it. That distinction matters, because when finance gains alternatives, power decentralizes. If this analysis is helping you see things differently, share this video with someone who still thinks global power only lives in one or two cities. Now let's shift to technology. For decades, innovation had a postcode: Silicon Valley. And while that ecosystem remains powerful, it is no longer exclusive. Technology follows people. People follow opportunity. And opportunity increasingly follows flexibility. This brings us to Austin. Austin is often described as a cheaper San Francisco. That description misses the point. Austin is not an imitation. It is a system with its own structural advantages. The first is cost efficiency. Startups in Austin operate with significantly lower overheads. Office space costs less. Living costs less. Burn rates are lower. Runways are longer. This changes behavior. Founders take more thoughtful risks. Investors tolerate longer horizons. Companies have more time to find product-market fit. The second advantage is talent density. Engineers, founders, and investors moved to Austin in large numbers, particularly after the pandemic. Some arrived for lifestyle reasons, but what kept them was proximity. Networks formed quickly, introductions happened organically, opportunities compounded locally. The third advantage is institutional presence. Venture capital firms opened satellite offices. Major technology companies expanded operations. Universities strengthened their role in feeding skilled talent into the ecosystem. This is how real tech hubs are built, not through branding, but through repeated human interaction. Austin is no longer absorbing overflow. It is generating original innovation, new startups, new capital loops, new cultural norms around building. This is how Silicon Valley itself once emerged. If this kind of structural thinking resonates with you, subscribe to Dr. Dan's channel. This is exactly the lens we use here. At this point, it is important to clear up a misconception. This shift is not a battle. It is not New York versus Miami. It is not San Francisco versus Austin. New York remains dominant in legacy finance, capital markets, and institutional power. San Francisco remains a global leader in deep technology, artificial intelligence, and venture capital concentration. But Miami and Austin offer something the older capitals struggle with: adaptability, speed, cultural alignment with a new generation of builders. Power does not disappear, it fragments, it forms networks. And in complex systems, networks outperform monopolies. Let's ground this in broader research. Recent domestic migration trends show population losses from high-tax, high-cost states and gains for lower-tax, more flexible regions. But the most important insight is not volume, it is composition. The people moving are disproportionately high-income professionals, founders, investors, and remote-capable decision-makers. This matters because economic power follows decision density. Where founders live, companies form. Where investors live, capital deploys. Where executives live, strategy shifts. Miami and Austin are not just gaining residents, they are gaining decision makers. That is how cities quietly rise. History gives us a clear lesson. The future does not belong to a single city. It belongs to interconnected cities, networks of finance, networks of innovation, networks of influence. Miami and Austin are not hype stories. They are early signals. Signals of a world where power is more distributed, opportunity is more mobile, and geography is no longer destiny. If you want to stay ahead of these shifts, subscribe to Dr. Dan's channel, like this video, and share it with someone who wants to understand where the world is actually going, not where it used to be. Because understanding where power is moving is how you position yourself for what comes next. If you found value in this deep dive, do 3 things. Subscribe to Dr. Dan's channel so you don't miss future long-form analysis. Like this video so it reaches more people who need this perspective. And share it with someone who still thinks global power never moves. In the next videos, we will explore how similar shifts are happening globally, from Dubai to Singapore to Shenzhen, and what that means for the next decade. Stay curious, stay ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.